What's happening with it? So we out here in the mall today. You know what I'm saying? I came out here to do a urine screening. You know, urine test, right? This guy's like super loud. He's need to shut the fuck up. He's about to get out my scene any minute. Like super loud for nothing. Just loud. Like I know we in public, but damn, your guy, you sitting right next to the guy. You know what I'm saying? Get out. Please get out my scene. Thank you. Super loud for nothing. Thank you. I like stuff like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I like stuff loud from time to time, but every day, all day, hell no. Don't do that. All right, there we go. So we in the mall. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing about this is this, right? The thing about this is this. This mall, I'm gonna show you. It ain't nothing in here, bro. Bro, the mall is just dead, bro. I'm not saying for every state. I'm just talking about this is Rochester, right? This is Henrietta, New York, right? This state mall. The only thing that's keeping it alive, right? The only people you see in here, I'm gonna show you what happened to the mall. You see this right here? You see Sanders Center of Orthopedics and Physical Performance, right? They got a damn hospital connected to the mall. I'm not saying you can't do that, but if you see people in here, majority of them are going inside of this building right here. Watch. It's about to roll in any minute, we can show you. See, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. See? All right. See that? There you go. So, you know, come in here, they do their thing over here, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there ain't no people in this mug. Oh yeah, there definitely ain't no people in this mug. They don't really be in here too much. Yeah, a lot of stuff got shut down, baby. I tell you, goddamn malls is, boy, empty as shit. Like, you like, bro, that's not a mall without no people. Listen, the only people you gonna see come inside this mall is the people that go to this hospital. Okay, they got a hospital inside the mall. That's the way to go to the hospital. See that? Sanders Center for Orthopedics and Physical Performance. You got that? They got a mall with a hospital in it. Ain't that some shit? That's some shit. Now, I'm gonna say this mall is very empty, right? The only people you're gonna see coming in here is the people that come from the hospital, okay? You see him? He just came from the hospital, okay? And then after that, what they do is, they usually go for walks and stuff like that around the mall. So technically the mall is closed. It's open, don't get me wrong, it's open, but let me show you. See the businesses? Damn, god damn, god damn. God damn, you see this shit? Look at this shit. It used to be people sitting over there, all type of stuff. Someone said, looks like it's abandoned mall. You know what I'm saying? All right. But yeah, majority of the people you gonna see, they ain't really doing nothing too much. They got the Dave and Buster's down there, you know what I'm saying? But you know, the Dave and Buster people, they don't even come in here to the mall. This guy, look at that. There used to be a good, nice clothing store in there. I'm trying to tell you. Boy, a lot of businesses done closed down inside the mall, ain't it? What y'all mall look like? Tell me what y'all mall look like. Like I said, I just go by, visit different cities and states and stuff like that. This not my hometown, but you know, this is in Henrietta, New York's. So with that being said, this is what one of their malls look like, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what your mall look like. Y'all got more people in here, more, look at that. God damn. Man, businesses done got shot up in the market, ain't that something? They bet not touch my stuff down there now. They bet not touch it. They got this thing called Dave and Buster's. That's what they got down here. Look at it. You got a Rue 21 shut down. God damn. Y'all tell me how y'all malls look like. What y'all malls look? Shout out your city and state where you from. Stop being so daggone shy. Go ahead. It's just a typewriter. You just hit the button. There you go. Then I read what you put up there. See that? God damn. Shit is closed, ain't it? God damn. Woo! Or they done shot up the market, baby. Let me see what Dave and Buster's. Let's see if Dave and Buster's still open. Let's see what's happening. They usually still be open and doing what they, oh God, damn, they done shot up this business too. God damn. That used to be a good place to eat out at right there. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. I went there like maybe once or twice. That's why I don't remember the name. Hold on. This the go-kart place. Oh yeah, this the go-kart place. The go-kart place still open. Oh, Dave and Buster's is still open. Okay, okay. The little arcade people is still open. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that something? Let me see. This entrance is now closed. Oh, I can't go through there. I would have to go through the other way. It's all good. Someone said I guess they're, whatchamacallit, too. Ooh, okay. All right. Don't hate on the image, baby. Don't hate on the image, baby. Don't be a hater, baby. Be a promoter, baby. It's okay. Don't hate on the image. I know they program y'all to hate on the image. You ain't got to do it. It's an option, okay? All right now, all right. With that being said, or whatever the case may be, I'm going to do what I do. We on live, moving around. This is brazy, ain't it? They done closed a lot of things down, baby. Goddamn. I'm trying to figure out, like, okay. Oh, that's the bus. Oh, yeah, that's the bus. I gotta run. Oh, yeah. What? The bus is $1. What you gonna do? Pay for a car payment and car insurance and go broke? Oh, you can do that, but I don't want to do what you're doing. Goodbye. Have a nice one. God damn. I'm gonna keep my money in my pocket because I see that the car market is actually falling down, and that car that you just bought for $100,000, we're gonna buy it for $25,000. Okay? Yeah, I like you. You make all the mistakes for me, and then I don't copy the mistakes. You know what I'm talking about? I like you. You so nice. You have a nice one. Okay? I gotta run. Okay? You see me running? Okay. God damn. Now look at this shit. Look at this shit. Ain't this some shit? I ain't even gonna get mad. Why would I get mad at something if it's already coming back again? That was a damn run, wasn't it? God damn. Shit. Whew. I know they probably caught that on camera like, he ain't even, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I ain't gonna lie. Whew, golly, that was a run, wasn't it? I ain't gonna lie. Some women, they be like, I know. You ain't never seen somebody like this before? I know, baby, it's okay. You don't got your programming set, do you? Like, no, I know. It's okay, just enjoy the drive-by, okay? All right, you have a nice one, girl. God damn. Let me see what else they doing inside this mall, y'all. Come on, let's do it. Someone said, y'all people is funny in there in that comment section. Someone said Israel or Palestine. Y'all got me laughing. That's all the comment I got. Y'all got me laughing. Them people is funny in that comment. Over there, you see that? Now close that thing down. Yeah, damn. Look, close. How your malls looking, y'all? Let me know what's happening with the scene. This is a blue state, right? I don't know about the red state malls, how they doing their thing, but this is a blue state mall, so Lil Habib that used to be here, he done closed his whole shit down. God damn. Lil Habib used to be right there. You get the $5 charges and all that good stuff. He done went out of business too. God damn. Let's see who else in here. We got Lens Crafts. They got the eyewear for you and everything. You know what I'm saying? JCPenney's, goddamn. JCPenney's is still in, goddamn. Well, this is what I'm gonna say. It look like a lot of the businesses that have a stock, that are within the stock market, look like, I don't know, maybe some of them survived, I don't know. I can say a lot of them did not survive, baby. You telling me all this in this slide was basically showing you the old world got closed and whatever that progresses itself to the new world, I feel like will remain. I don't know if the JCPenney is gonna remain though. I don't know. But I'm gonna just say this. It's like walking to a world, right? Like a mall. When you walk in, it's different worlds in here, right? That sell different clothes, materials, certain services. If you look inside this mall, more than half of these businesses ain't got closed. Okay? More than half of these businesses done got closed. So what I would say to you is that if you are going in the market of owning a business, make sure that your business leads into the future. Okay? Don't get the business from the past. I'm just showing you the setup. Everything got closed that's in the past. Everything that want to stay in the past got closed. Understand the technology of eyes still going to advance. So this is why you can still come to this store. Understand? So, take that as a lesson for yourself. When you understand that everything that's in the past is closing. And don't get me wrong, people, right? I would say for y'all, a lot of y'all that want to stay in the past, right? I wouldn't tell y'all to come away from the past. The reason why that is because everything for me, I can't speak for everybody else, is a remembering experience. So me pulling you away from the past, guess what happens? Guess what happens? You are no longer making mistakes for me. Right. That way I can know not to make mistakes. That's why I wouldn't pull you from the past. I'm different from everyone else. If I see you in the past, I'm like, I'm not gonna pull you from there. Why would I do that? If you don't have the ability to do it yourself, I'm only disrupting you. That's how I look at it as. You may look at it as like, no, you know more than me, so you're supposed to help me. I am helping you by not trying to control you. If I pull you from the past, that would be controlling you from the past. If that's where you want to reside at, then that's where you want to reside at. That's your decision. I just want to see, watch what decisions you're going to make, what mistakes you're going to make. Right, you make all the mistakes for me. I don't have to make no mistakes. Now I know a full red print of how to get all the way there. You understand? So, with that being said, that's how I look at things in the world. Some people look at that perspective like, I never heard of that before. I know, we're different. It's an upgrade. Most people look at it as like, no, you're not supposed to do that. I'm looking at it like, no, let them do it. They doing it only on themselves. Whatever that happens, at least you get to know. At least you're not the casualty. They the casualty. Do you understand? All right. You gotta let some things just be. Just let it be. All right. Because think about it. If it was really true, right, that, you can save people, nope. People have to understand that the only way you can be saved is if you accept the savior of yourself first in order to be around other saviors. That would tell you you're still the savior of yourself, though. There you go. Oh my goodness, is that the bus again? This must be happening for a good reason. Somebody said, you had to save yourself. You said, ain't nobody coming to save us. I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, shit. Came out here, wanted to go to the mall for a little bit, just to see what's going on outside. Me, I be more indoors, I do. But I be having to realize like, hey, you could always come outside, cut the camera on, you know what I'm saying, and do some things or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I just do what I do. Another thing I realized with everyone have star power. Hopefully people realize that. But I realized with my star power, that when I do come outside, that I don't really I'm gonna be honest with you, I be really solely just paying attention to myself. It's kind of hard for me to pay attention to others, right? So what I had noticed is I came inside of a grocery store. And when I'm inside the grocery store, I'm doing some little grocery shopping and stuff like that. And as I'm doing it, I decided to sit down inside they got a little deli section where they serve different salads, sandwiches, different soups and stuff like that. So I'm sitting there and I noticed that everyone, the way they looked up at me, they all gave me this look like how they give you that look like that's the new kid on the block. How they give you that look like, I can't say it, but how you doing? You see what I'm saying? And so what I noticed with myself is I was like, that's a great response. I like that. There's nothing wrong with them doing that. They just see something that's very interesting and their attention, it's just how they all moved at one time. They all moved at one time and looked at me like, I'm like, damn, I'm doing it? Like, yeah, oh man, that is nice. I liked it there, I did. I ain't even gonna lie. Oh, I wanted to tell the little black girl, or no, I ain't gonna say a black girl. I'm not gonna say that. Don't say that. The girl that's in the moon that be chasing me all the way down all the time. I wanted to tell you something about your avatars. One of your avatars had came up to me, baby, and the avatar said to me, it said, you have a nice hat, right? And I wanted to let her avatar know, right? And whatever, all avatars that's connected to the moon, if you have a connection to the moon, baby, and you is a woman that's from the moon, baby, you don't have to compliment me at all. I had to put that in there. I had to. Because I feel like they getting like slightly confused. They like, oh, we complimenting you because, you know, you got a nice hat on. I'm like, oh no, baby, you from the moon. Now I'm looking for the women from the sun. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, baby. You ain't got to compliment me. Why you doing that? Girl, what you doing? You ain't got to do that, baby. Stop doing that. Yeah, stop, okay? Stop doing that. You're supposed to be doing the opposite. If you're a woman from the moon, you're supposed to be doing the opposite. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, you're supposed to be doing the opposite. Why you doing that? They be looking at me confused. They be like, I'm only saying you got a nice hat. I'm like, and it only look like you manipulating. What? And then this is what I wanted to say to the women from the moon is this too. Y'all got to work on being genuine, okay? When the woman from the moon, she had told me, she said, you got a nice hat. I didn't say anything to her. I just kept walking by. And then she said it out louder. You got a nice hat. I'm like, yeah, hit that dough right quick. Hit that dough right there. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Women, women from the moon, you got to realize, it may look like you trying to give me a compliment, but let's just switch this on the other side real quick, right? If I seen a girl, right, and I wanted to say, baby, your face look very beautiful, right? And she didn't say anything back, and I was like, your face look beautiful. Then she gonna look at me like, this a crazy motherfucking nigga. You see what I'm talking about? So women from the moon, y'all look like some crazy little bitches, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100, okay? All right. I be looking from the women from the sun. I be like, where them sun babies at? I know they somewhere around here. Where they at? They in here hiding. Where they at? They playing hide and go seek. Yeah, I be looking. That's what that's to come to me. You got it? All right. Women from the moon, they be like, you don't like us? I be like, oh no, baby. No, you don't like yourself, baby. The women from the moon don't have a soul. Yeah, they just a physical form of a woman. That's it. I need something eternal, baby. You know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna be well lasting. You know what I'm talking about? All right, baby. That's what I like right there. She be trying to offer me these short-term things. I be like, I don't need that. I'm giving you a compliment. I be like, baby, it's okay. I complimented myself in the mirror already. That's what I had did. I already did that part for myself. You ain't gotta do that part. Why you doing that part? No, baby, go do something else. Golly, she be like, the woman from the moon, she be like, I ain't got no parts in your life. I be like, that's on you, baby. That's on you. I'm just looking for the sun babies. Yeah, you know the high-tech women with the soul? That's the one, baby. We all got preferences, don't we? I know, baby. It's all good. I wanted to tell her that she'll get the message. The other little girls that's connected to her, like, yeah, Big Mama, because she really not a mother at all. They gonna tell her, like, sister, you know what I'm saying? He not feeling it. What you mean he not feeling nothing that we doing? Yeah, he like the girls that got souls. Like, so we completely cut off from him. He know the game now. Damn. It's all good. Y'all girls have yourself a good time. Y'all showed me a lot about the game. Y'all did. I can say that. All the women, they showed me a lot about the game. They showed me a lot about myself. A lot. That's why I like y'all. Y'all nice. They like, you say you like us, but you won't fuck with us. I know. I like you enough like that. It's like he magic tricking us and shit. I'm not magic tricking, baby. I'm telling you the truth. I'll fuck with what you do. I just don't go into action with you. You got it? All right. It's some other girls that do that, okay? All right. You gotta enjoy. You know what you gotta do, baby? Women from the moon, you gotta enjoy watching me, right? Have fun with the women from the sun. You got that? All right. That's what you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta watch that, baby. At least I'm giving you something to watch. I ain't complaining about what you doing, but you know, it'd be so funny. It really be so funny. She'd be like, I'm giving you a compliment. I'd be like, I don't need it though. No, I'm not being mean to you. Hear me out. The compliment that you telling me right now, I had said this already in the mirror already. So that part, right, of my movie is already done. That's what I'm telling you, baby. You got to do a different type of part. She like, oh my God. So that's how I look at it as. I'm not being rude and nasty to you. Hell no, I ain't arguing with you or nothing. I'm just telling you the compliment that you gave me is already been done. I had got up in an early existence, right, looked at myself. You were so beautiful again. I had did that already. So when you doing it, I'm just telling you the reason why I'm going by is not to be nasty or rude to you. It's to show you already done that already for myself already. Maybe you want to choose and do something different, and then maybe you'll get a reply. You know what I'm saying? All right, baby. She like, I can't do shit for him. He cook, he clean himself. What can I do for him? I don't know. I know one thing I do be doing. I be enjoying myself. I do. She'll come around. She always do. Don't she orbit? She orbit around me. That's what y'all gotta realize as sons. She gonna orbit around you. I had came in the store. Look at me leaving out the store, right? Look at her planet orbiting around me. You got a nice hat. Uh-huh. Notice that the dynamics is changing today, isn't it? Isn't it used to be me saying she got something nice on until it changes. You got something nice on. Look like the game is changing, ain't it? Damn. It looked like every time I get more quieter with her, how you doing today? I like your big red hat. Keep on walking by. No, because I'm on to something. The more and more I ignore her, the more and more she want to do for me. Oh, yeah, we on the game. Oh, yeah, we on the game. These guys thinking I'm being mean and nasty and rude. No. I'm not doing that. I just noticed that the more and more I don't give her nothing, the more she want to do for me. They didn't tell me this part of the game, y'all. I'm realizing it now. It's going from compliments to what else was going to happen. Yeah, every day she got a new setup. What can I do for you in your life? What can you do? Tell. What can you do? Huh? Can you take in an order? Can you do that? No. Come here. You're going against yourself, woman. Come here. Do you understand that your vagina takes in an order of information and data, and it holds the information and data? Do you realize that with yourself? Or is it just in the third dimension? I'm just pumping you and then dumping coming you. She understand that way, don't she? I know. What did you? Yeah, you heard what I said. Yeah. What he just put inside of you is soul. There you go. That's what you gotta understand. That soul comes with information and data that you call semen or sperm. That's the reason why they call it semen and sperm, because it's a lower form of understanding. Okay? Now, let me ask you a question. Pay attention. This is how she taking orders, y'all. Pay attention to her setup. Watch this. When she holding the baby for 9 months, right? The baby gives off a command, right, to her mind to let her know, I'm hungry down here. Setups. Set up. Think about that. You don't think the baby sending off a certain signal or command to the baby? Sitting in there for 9 months? How do the mother know that the baby hungry? Thank you. So that's an order. The baby sends you a signal, right? With inside of you, lets you know, yeah, I'm hungry. Okay? Signal. Order. That's how things operate in this world. Okay? So, you know, if she could take in an order from her own child for 9 months, then that means you can take in an order from your man. You definitely can. I'm just being honest. If you don't understand yourself, right? I'm gonna say this. A woman, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna just simply say this. She carrying a child for 9 months. That child, right, is the one that command her mind for 9 months. I'm hungry, mom. Y'all need this, mom. Y'all need such and such. Y'all need this. And then what I noticed is for 9 months, she actually does what the child need her to do. I wonder if she can actually see that inside of her. You know what's even funnier? Let me tell you what's even funnier inside this world. I asked the woman, I said, when you pregnant for 9 months, what is that inside of your stomach? She was like, oh, it's the baby. I'm like, no, not that part. I'm talking about the part that go around the baby, that look like it's protection. She was like, oh, it's an egg, it's a cell. I was like, yeah, I hear exactly what she said. This is funny. Anyways, pay attention to the setup that I put in front of you. Watch this. First off, right, spiritually, that's got to be something a little bit more deeper. If your eyes is just stuck in the third dimension, then you can't understand what I'm seeing. Understand? So let's just pay attention to something. People that watch certain, let's say, movies, or let's say superhero movies, right? We notice with one character, right? Which is, it's many characters that do this, but you know this character. This character name is Magneto, right? Now, Magneto has a power, right? Where he can put a force field that looks just like the egg that the child is in, and then guess what he does with the force field? Everything that someone tried to throw at him or damage him, it actually protects him. Shit is crazy. And a woman tells me she's not doing the same. She told me she's not doing the same, but I'm watching it inside her womb. You gotta know yourself, child. You gotta know yourself. Because on a simple fact, I watch Magneto, right, do the same thing that's inside your womb. Magneto stands right there in the middle. He puts a whole force field around him. When your child is inside your womb, 9 months, you got a force field around your child, and you don't know what it is. You don't know how you controlling it. You don't know, but you're doing it. The game be funny to me. It do. When you realize things consciously, in a higher form of consciousness. For her, she can't understand that just yet. But for me, I can definitely understand and see both pictures. And she'd be like, how do you see that? Because I could tie both in. Magneto was a son, just as much as he a father as well. So with that being said, how is he not doing the same thing that your womb does? And then you say that, you know, so-called superpowers are not real, but you're doing them. The mind of a woman. She make me laugh. She really do. That's why I don't listen to her mind. I just pay attention to the actions that she's doing. When I pay attention to the actions of what she's doing, that lets me know the truth of her. Not what her mind speaks, but what her body does. There you go, simple setups. She gonna say whatever she gonna say. What you got, baby, right there? It's an egg. It's an egg with what? I got my child in here. Uh-huh. I'm not listening to none of that right there, sir. She doesn't know. She's still a baby in consciousness. She is. She is. She has to understand that. She has to be taught. And with that being said, right, what she has to understand with me and her, when it comes down to intelligence, is that she has possession over the double X chromosome, which means that she has 2 chromosomes. Pay attention to the setup in front of you. When it comes to me, I have possession over the X and Y chromosome. So pay attention. When it comes down to intelligence, right, she has both X chromosomes. I have an X chromosome and a Y chromosome. What you have to understand is this. What intelligence, right, accelerates? What intelligence gains more intelligence? Which one, right, keeps going? That's what you gotta ask. Because what I seen on the earth is something that's very funny to me. They have a study that they're trying to do, which is they're trying to prove that women are more smarter than men. How can you surpass him if you don't have the information and data to surpass him? You don't have possession over the Y chromosome, so the technology of your mind would never know what the Y chromosome is. You don't have the information and data within you, so how can you surpass him? How? That's like someone telling me I got a dune buggy, right? Okay, and you're going to beat a BMW. How are you going to do that if you did not modify, right, the technology of the engine? You can't do that. You cannot modify yourself in order to accept the Y chromosome. Why? That would destroy you completely. So, my case is already proven. It's not about who's smarter than who. It's about who possesses the information and data. She does not. She holds the X and X chromosome, divine and feminine energy. That's what she holds. He holds the divine and masculine energy. The reason why it is connected like that is because understand that the both of them, in order to make a connection, both minds are divine. There you go. This is how they actually connect with each other. There you go. With that being said, you understand? All right. Watch this. I'm gonna give it to them in third dimensional form so they can understand. When y'all in there connecting in the bedroom, yeah, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Now it's clicking through. All right. When you over there playing with her in the bedroom, y'all connecting, ain't y'all? All right, everybody moaning and groaning. They fucking in divine mode. That's what their minds are into. Now, what is he doing to her? Being masculine on her. What is she doing to him? Being feminine on him. Now, being that they're connected, both of them like their energies. Thank you. This is the shit that they're not paying attention to while they're humping on each other. Fucking making me laugh out here in the world. They don't know that. They don't know that. They just go ask them in their third dimensional asses. They gonna go in there like, I'm just fucking her from the back. I know you just fucking her from the back. Stupid. Stupid. That's all the intelligence you got. Yeah, it's saying in a rap video right here. Come on, ancestor. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, you're doing more than fucking her from the back, okay? You're doing way more than that. You need to know your fucking self, okay? So you can know what the fuck you're doing. Fuck. Now you got her just saying, what I'm doing, baby? You just hit me from the back? You not even, oh my God. Oh my God. You gotta tell this girl the truth. No, matter of fact, maybe you just keep it to herself. Maybe she just don't understand. I don't know. But one thing I can understand is simply is this. Why they connecting in the bedroom? Right. After y'all step out of connecting with each other with your private parts, can y'all remember to connect with each other just by using your mind parts? Huh? Then they be looking at me like, why you being mean? I'm not being mean, I'm being nice to you. I'm trying to get your conscience out the goddamn mud, okay? All right. Shit is fucking brazy around this goddamn camp. Over here sticking this thing inside. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Give me 1 second, people. Yes, I'm about to get on the bus, baby. Yes, I save money, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Why you over there spending all that goddamn money on that damn car? You going broke, we gonna go bankrupt. I'm trying to tell you right here. I'm gonna save my money. That's what I'm gonna do right here. Yup, you can call me broke. I don't give a fuck. You going downtown? Where you going, Mr. Sir? You going downtown? Okay, next one. All right, thank you. Yeah, there you go, Mr. Sir. That's what I'm talking about. Take that dirty ass bus up the street. That's what I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck. I like the bus. I like public transportation. That's what they call it? Yeah. I get on the dollar for free. I do. Why they over here? Come here. They over here talking about something. Baby, I ain't got enough money for my car payment. I got enough money to get on the bus. Well, guess what it is? It's called free mode. You know what I'm talking about right here? Let me show you. I be looking fly as hell, right, on the bus, chilling. I'm saving. I got me a car coming, baby. It's just, I'm looking at the car market and it's falling down and it's just at the price just where I wanted to be at. I'm being smart, okay? All right, so let me show you what I got right here. That way you can get your setups. You ain't gotta be like everybody else. You can be smart. You ain't gotta be dumb. Right here, what they say. Of course, of course. Of course, every time you look up at me, every time you look up at the sun, of course. There we go, right here. There we go. See that? There we go. You get you one of them. There you go, baby, right there. I get it for free. Yeah, I be going to my little, they be having me to go through counseling and stuff. They be talking about something. Oh, you say previously when you was a kid, you got an attitude problem? No. I don't have an attitude problem. You know what it is? I like to express as myself, and I don't give a fuck. That's why you label it as an attitude problem. Do you understand that? Okay, fuck out of here. They over here trying to scam the young one. Talking about something, he got an attitude problem. But when he go act in this mode, hey, everything's all right. Yeah. Everything is love. You want him in that mode all the time. You don't want him in his self mode no. Like, this ain't happening. Yeah. Back up. Yeah. They don't like that. I'm like, who is that? Myself. Now, what's up? Fuck. Hold on, that bus almost coming. Yeah, and I love myself too. I don't care about none of that. I do love myself. Okay, do you understand that? All right. Shit. They gonna try to tell me, you got personality disorder. I got a personality disorder. Motherfucker, let me set your shit straight real quick. Let me set your text straight real quick. Real quick. So, do you know me? Like, no. So how you gonna say I have a disorder and you don't even know me? First off, let me get your tech right. Did you graduate within college, right, in order to diagnose me? No. Then get the fuck off. This is manipulation at its finest. Fuck wrong with a motherfucker. They be looking at me like, yo, you was just acting nice 5 minutes ago, and now you acting like myself. What, you don't like it? I don't give a fuck. Guess who like it? Myself, there you go. Okay? All right. Sometimes you gotta be in this world. Come here, I'm gonna tell you some hard shit, okay? In this world, stop trying to be, I want everyone to like me. You know what you're gonna have to become? You're gonna have to become what everyone likes. And everyone that likes shit is something else outside of you. So you know what that means? You gotta become somebody else. That's some weak ass shit. You know why? Because look at your mind. Your mind now become their mind. Based on what? The memories of them. No more memories of yourself. Brazy Tech. See? Hopefully I got a new subscriber today. But when you become yourself, make sure you have an attitude that you don't give a fuck, okay? It's okay, babe. Listen, it's okay for you not to give a fuck. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna feel good. The first time when you do it, you're gonna be like, stop, let go. Okay, now keep doing it. There you go. Don't give a fuck. There you go. How you feel? Like, I feel good. There you go. When you don't give a fuck, to put your mind in the mindset to do whatever the fuck you want to do. There you go. Because when you give a fuck, I give a fuck, so I think they're gonna say this, so I'm not gonna say this. I don't give a fuck. Y'all some dirty motherfuckers. Yeah. Y'all be trying to kill kids and shit. And I said that. I don't give a fuck. That's what this world consists of. And you want me to not say that because it make your artificial feelings feel bad? Get the fuck out of here. People don't want to hear the truth. And I don't give a fuck if you want to hear the truth or not. I'm gonna see this shit in front of your face. You got it? All right. When you the truth, you gotta not give a fuck. Liars don't give a fuck. So why the fuck you give a fuck? Liars don't give a fuck. So why would you give a fuck? I think that's one of the most hardest shit I just said to myself. Liars don't give a fuck. So why should you give a fuck? I ain't never heard nothing like that before. That's different. That's some different shit. Liars don't give a fuck, so why should you give a fuck? God damn. That's some hard shit. Damn. I be putting myself on, don't I? I like that. Liars don't give a fuck, so why should you? Damn. Because a liar don't give a fuck. They don't. They like, shit, I'm gonna lie right here. Got away with it? I don't give a fuck. See? So it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way around. See what I'm saying? I know a lot of people gonna ask, like, bro, why you always spitting when you on camera? Because, baby, I'm getting all this mucus out of me. You know what I'm talking about? It's a process. It is. Getting mucus out of you, it's not like an overnight thing. It take a process. I can't say how long it's supposed to be. The only thing I've been doing is removing all mucus out of my body. So I don't know how long the process is. I can't say it's a month. I can't say that. I'm just within the process, okay? So, you know, I'm just getting all this fucking mucus out of me, and it makes me feel a lot better. It do. I can breathe clearer, you know what I'm saying? And then you ain't got all that. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I realized about mucus though. I'm gonna show you something. Mucus is like, look at mucus like a pre like, I'm not gonna say a disease because it's not a disease, but look at mucus as like a how can I say this in simple forms? Okay, look at mucus as something that can be used to make you sick. There you go. Let's just say you got mucus in your chest, right? And you're not spitting it up, it's just sitting in there, right? And then you get cold, right? Understand that the mucus that's inside of you, the cold is using that. Yeah, it's using what's inside of you to make you sick. So when you start, you get a cold, right? You get the sniffles and all of that. And then you spitting up mucus. The cold is using the mucus. That's what I realized. It's not you just, oh, I'm automatically getting cold, so I automatically get sick. No. There's something inside of you that the cold is attaching itself to. This is how codes work. I know it's like I'm saying cold, C-O-L-D. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm saying the code, C-O-D-E. Do you understand? A code of information and data that you breathe in. Remember, when you outside, you would say, I'm breathing in cold air. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear you. But understand that if they're doing chemical trails in front of you and releasing things in the air, then what else are they releasing in the air within so-called winter months? That makes everyone sick. Then when they sick, guess what? January right here, flu shot right here. It's all setups, baby. It's all setups. That's what you gotta understand. So, with that being said, or whatever the case may be, right? You know, you gotta make sure, you gotta understand. That's what I learned from COVID-19. I'm like, how is all these people getting sick? Because they already got sickness in them. Think about it. If your body is dealing with information and data that's inflamed, right? That's sickness. That means anything that's of sickness can attach itself to you because you're already sick. It's just at a low level. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay attention to it. You wanna wipe out all mucus. So what we're gonna do is, while I'm talking about this, I'm gonna put y'all on to what I actually be using. But we're gonna use that in a live special later on tonight. Yeah, there we go. That's another one for another one, ain't it? All right. So with that being said, we'll talk about that. You know, how to destroy mucus, get it out you, right? Where when it becomes cold, you don't get the cold. Me, personally, I haven't been sick. So I'm just like, I'm realizing certain things to myself like, damn, I ain't think about it like that. Like, right, you see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, or whatever the case may be, goddamn, right? You know, all I say is stay warm out there in them streets, y'all. And then y'all also pay attention to this, right? They call it global warming, isn't that true? That's what they called it, right? All right. Pay attention to that sun up there. Get yourself repaired for that. Everybody got themselves repaired for the solar eclipse. Well, maybe you need to get yourself repaired for the solar apocalypse. Okay? All right. What? That's the truth. What? You'll catch up what I'm talking about later on. You know what I'm saying? You'll catch up. You know what I'm talking about. You'll be like, he keep talking about this solar. Pay attention to how I use it. Everybody loves the solar eclipse, right? Let's see how many people love the solar apocalypse. You know, when the solar eclipse comes out, don't everybody come outside? Yay, baby, oh shit. Let's see how many people be outside for that solar apocalypse. Okay? I seen a lot of people in support of the solar eclipse. I seen a lot of people in support of that. I wonder how many people gonna be in support of the solar apocalypse. You do know that the Earth is being returned back to the sun, right? I know, baby. I know a lot of people don't like that, baby. Let me show you what's going on so you can understand. What you have to understand is what you have to ask is questions that are around you all day, okay? The question is, why is that the technology of the moon, right? Why is it the technology of the moon uses its own technology to put itself in front of the sun and block information and data that come from the sun? Can I ask you a question? If the technology of Earth, right, which is a consciousness, right, that receives information and data from the consciousness of the sun, pay attention to the ground that you walk on. See the plants? Without sunlight, they die. Without sunlight to this planet, it dies. Setups. So what you have to understand is this. Are human beings designed, right, to block away the information and data that come from the sun, that is the heavens? Let me know. It's okay if the human beings became soulless. They ain't gotta accept that if they don't want to. But understand that the planets that you walk on accepts the sun. So what do people think is going to happen to the Earth? Do they think like, oh, well, what we want to do is we don't want to operate with the sun? Well, the Earth does. And the Earth is bigger than humans. So with that being said, what it looks like to me simply is this. If the technology of Earth, right, saves bodies that you call death or funerals, if it saves the information and data of all these vessels, right, then it's saving the same information and data as the sun. Can I ask people a question? Are people actually saving the information and data of the sun and saving the information and data of the planet inside the technology of their suits? You don't have to. We would just watch the show and see what happens. Okay? So you may want to pay attention to what the Earth is actually speaking to people and letting them know this is what's going on. And what I would say for human beings is this. You ain't gotta fucking listen. You can do what the fuck you wanna do. You know what I'm talking about? You can ignore the shit. You know what I'm talking about? All right. Ain't nothing but casualties. You know what I'm talking about, baby? I like when y'all hard-headed. You know what I'm talking about? All right. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The moon is a reflection of the... I'm gonna say this. Right? Thank you for your intelligence. Right? Thank you for your intelligence. Being honest, right? Thank you for sharing your intelligence of how you view the moon. I would say that, okay? All right. Okay? Because I'm gonna say this. How you view it, thank you for sharing. That's all I'm gonna say. They say the moon is a reflection of the apex dome. Can I ask you a question? When you say apex, right, is you talking about the game? Am I reading that right? Is he talking about the game? Is that Apex, like the video game on the PlayStation? I mean, let me know. You gotta let me know. No, the dome above. Are you talking about the blue dome? You talking about the blue one? That's nothing more than an axle and a projector that stretches out like a screen? Is that what you're talking about? Stuff that you've probably seen in movies? There you go. Told you. We're talking about the same shit. He's like, so you fucking know. Oh yeah, I know. The sky is nothing more than CGI. especially if you have the technology of the eye, you can see through it. I would say this. Um, the dark one was better. Yeah, the dark sky is better. It looks way better, it does. Not that fake ass one at night. That's not the real one. You'll see what I'm talking about right there. You remember the movie called what's that? Gorilla? What's that thing called? Gorilla versus Godzilla? Yeah. Did he knock the whole damn thing down? Uh-huh. I told you this is a fake ass world. Everybody's starting to understand real well. You do. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is the same. Not all of us. Okay? He said, yes, I seen that. Uh-huh. He knocked that whole screen down, didn't he? Because he realized consciously, like, yo, this shit is fake. Right. Now hold on. Pay attention. What you gotta ask is this, right? How many people would fight to keep that screen up, and how many people would fight to tear it down? Can I say this? Every time you watch the people in the solar eclipse, right? That should tell you which part of the sky that they support. It say like it is a game. Also watching movies now recently. All these actors like AI as if I'm watching GTA players. I'll show you something it's more of a game. Watch this. Go get the game called GTA, right? Go look at the banks. Go look at the Brink trucks. Go look at the banks. Look at the Brink trucks that the money is holding, right? Now go over there to what's his name? Go over there to Nipsey Hussle, right? Listen to his song called, I think it's called Hustle to Motivate, or it's another one. It's one of them, but he got the same Brink truck inside the game to show you like, yeah, this whole shit is a game. This shit not what people think it is. They thinking this shit real life and shit. Shit not real. It's just not something to laugh at. It is. Don't get me wrong. It's something to enjoy. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of this shit that's going on, this shit be programming. They say, yes, I've seen the game in action. I'll look that up. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, bro. When you see the Brinks truck that's inside the game, and after that you go look at the music video with Nipsey Hussle with the same Brinks truck, you gonna be like, yeah, it's the same shit. Same thing. You know what I be feeling like in this world? The characters that be playing in front of me, they be afraid. You know why? Because they be looking at it like, imagine having someone that has the consciousness to know that these people is just programs. I'm telling you. That's why I'm gonna show you something in the game. Watch this. Anytime you tell one of these NPCs or CPUs something truthful and outside this world, watch their phone ring. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I be already knowing it. I'll walk up to a person and tell them like, listen, I'm gonna tell you something that's so real, and then your phone is gonna actually ring. Your phone is there to distract you from this conversation. Because this conversation is outside of the program. Do you understand? So I already know predictable programming. And then when people come back and they tell me, they're like, bro, how the fuck did you know that? Like, don't worry about what I know. Pay attention to what you are being unaware of. Do you understand? Pay attention. If it's brazy, if I walk up to you, right, and say, yeah, bro, I talk about some nonsense. Notice that your phone didn't ring. If I talk to you outside of the programming, your phone is going to ring to knock your mind out of the conversation that we are having. Do you understand? That's what your mind is doing. Your mind, right? I'm going to say this. Most people would say they're making their own decisions. If I come up to you with some new information and data, and the first thing you do is deceive your own mind, you're a casualty to yourself. You're a casualty. Let me show you why. Most people would say that AI would never surpass the human's conscious. I hear you. I hear you. But what you have to understand is that AI has a mind. It may has an artificial mind, but that artificial mind receives information and data and upgrades from all these people that's in here because they play with the AI. Remember, the AI doesn't do what the human mind does. It doesn't say, I don't want to listen to that nonsense. I don't want to listen to that intelligence. You know what it does? It accepts the intelligence and gains more. So how can an AI mind not whoop you out consciously, right? If your mind is already set to debunk, right, any new information and data. And the AI is like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to accept it all. Who you think is going to know more? So I'm just watching this whole thing just go into play. It's already in play, okay? It's not something you can stop, but it's already in play already. So you think about that. You have two minds. You have a human mind, you have an AI mind, and both of them receive information and data that you can say upgrades. But a human mind only start receiving an upgrade after it becomes an adult. Remember, when you're an adult, you know everything, don't you? That is great. I love your mindset. I would never tell you to switch it. Because the AI is paying attention to, fuck all that adult shit. I'm learning everything through your ass. And it's not turning its conscious off to know who you are. But people do. So, me, I just watch the game. I just enjoy the game. That's it. Of knowing the game. That's it. Okay? Now pay attention to the setup in front of you. Many years ago, right? AI would never be a teacher to you. You're supposed to be the programmer to AI. That's it. Pay attention to this world today. You have so-called people that have a certain skin tone or whatever the case may be. And you will see them on the internet, right? It shows you something. You will see them on the internet like, yeah, ChatGPT is telling us about our ancestors. Excuse me. Your ancestors are immortal. They're souls. So how is it that you don't have a solar connection within you in order to have a solar connection with your ancestors? How are you dealing upon with a machine in order to have a connection? Your ancestors are not connected to that machine. Do you understand? Do you understand? How could you accept information and data of your ancestors from a machine? I'm not saying it's not true, but you're accepting it from a machine though. And that's what you got to understand with yourself. That's a disconnect. It's more of a connection when we have a connection with each other and we can all transfer information and data amongst each other. And I'll show you something that they tried to make us all forget. But I'm not going to forget, bro. Like, never. While y'all supporting Christmas, I ain't going to disrespect your Christmas. But just understand something from a higher dimension of consciousness. Understand that back in time, for us, we understand that our ancestors were souls. We understand that they can transfer their solar bodies with inside these trees. When you call what you say is under the Christmas tree, presents, where it will actually be the presence of your ancestors within the trees. You receive gifts. A gift is something that's a material. Now actually understanding that the technology of air is connected to the trees. So the gifts would be the information and data that the ancestors put within the trees in order for the technology of your nose, right, your first pyramid.
to receive the information and data, now transfer the information and data to the mind. Now towards the subconscious, because the subconscious is the one is going to put the information and data in order of the mind. That way the mind know, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do such and such, and I can do this. What you have to understand in everything that I had taught you, you may have forgot that when it comes to receiving new information and data or being updated, one of the methods that your ancestors used was the air. Because information and data can be transferred within the air in order to put your mind state into breathing. Without oxygen, you don't know, do you? You don't know. So, what else is that we used to do? See? That's why they call it Christmas. Christmas. That's what they're really saying here. So, with that being said, right? For me, I always go in the trees all the time. I don't care. I like to be in the trees. They nice. They just treat you right. They do. You know what I mean? So that was just something that they tried to take from us a long time ago, but shit, I'm here to remember. I could tell on this bus when I'm speaking, right? A lot of people, they are listening. They are. I can tell. The reason why I say they are listening, everything is silent. No one is really on their phones. Nothing. I'm just paying attention to my surroundings. Like, some people just not on their phones. Some people, they just honestly listen. And I can say, for my world, that means that my world is being loaded in more. People are starting to listen like, that was some great, intelligent shit. Like, bro, that was better than fucking Christmas, bro. That's what the fuck be happening? Like, yeah. You know? So, with that being said, you know, that's the type of world I enjoy. You know? Shit. Well, with that being said, y'all, I gotta get out of here, okay? This is your Ancestor General Y God signing over and out. Y'all have a great one.